What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of R&R. As always, I'm Logan.
I'm Ethan, and today we're going to be going over defensive handgun part 2. So this is going to be just a continuation of our last video. We're not going to get into much into depth like the last time we did as far as grip, stance, draw stroke. We are going to hit a little bit on reloads. So, All right, guys, real quick, I'm going to go over how to do a reload. So it's going to be the same thing as if you were outside the waistband, but once again, draw, push out, and as soon as you push out, you're gonna, as long as you get a few rounds through the gun, you're gonna know when it's empty. So as soon as it comes back, I'm gonna keep my eyes on the target, and as I'm doing this with my right hand, I'm coming up with my left hand, inserting the magazine. So let's practice that one more time. Pushing out, firing, seeing that it's locked open, and as I'm coming here, I'm dropping the magazine. I've got my index finger almost touching the end of the bullet, so I can guide it right in. So I'll try to go a little bit faster this time. Using Logan's gun and holster right now, so. Whenever I'm outside the waistband, I always kind of bring my hand across, I sweep it across, and as my palm starts to touch the base plate of the magazine, I can kind of grab it with my index finger, or my ring finger, my pinky, and then as I draw it out, I've got my index finger like directly over top of the round, so it's able to kind of guide it in a little bit easier. But that's just kind of how I do it. But
Do it.
So this actually brings up a really good point. If you want me to step in here real quick. No, you're good right there. So there's two different ways of doing this, and he is actually doing it what I would say is the correct way. So when you pull the gun out and you push out and shoot, as you drop the magazine, you come up, and he's coming around over top and hitting the slide release to be able to send the slide home, which that's actually a pretty good way of doing it. That's actually the safest way to doing it. If anybody's ever watching my reloads and they're wondering how I do it, I do competition reload, which is probably not the best, but for me it's the fastest. I've done it for a lot of years. So when I push out, I'm shooting, I'm pressing that mag release. As soon as I press that mag release, I move my thumb up over top of the slide release. So as soon as I insert the magazine and set it home, it drops the slide release. I've got another round in the chamber, and I'm able to shoot. And then one of the other things that we like doing in the channel, which is kind of a little bit different, is we primarily like to run battle belts that have a neoprene sleeve, whether it be the HSGIs or like this one is the John Lovell War Poet battle belt with the HSGI Velcro sleeve. And the reason why we like using the neoprene is because if you're a bump in the middle of the night and you jump up out of bed and you're wearing boxers, shorts, whatever, hopefully you're wearing something, and you've got to grab something, this has everything I'm going to need for a short engagement, whether it be a couple extra mags for a reload, an extra AR mag in case I've got like the luck of grabbing one of my ARs, a full-blown IFAK with all kinds of stuff. And the cool thing is that if you're wearing boxers or whatever, like today I'm wearing athletic shorts, is you can just throw this around real fast. You hear a bump in the middle of the night, clip it on real fast, throw your drop leg on, and you're ready to go to work. So you've got a complete setup that you can wear in boxers, you can run around with, you can jump with, whatever. But this is another variation. This is the HSGI with the neoprene sleeve in it. And,
this is the slimline one,
yeah.
Which they have two variations. The one, obviously the slim one, I think this is like 3.5 or something like that inch,
yeah.
And then the other one is 5, like your old war belt.
Yep.
But same thing, same sleeve on the inside. So.
But yeah, just a little bit of an insight on that. The reason why you guys see us run certain equipment, that is our reasoning. And if you do have a belt, like this one has an internal belt that you can use. It has the Velcro. It is super sturdy.
Yes.
It does work really well, but it does have its limitations. You know what I mean? So just going over that. I mean, the other important thing is for like a defensive handgun, like we had just talked about in our video for our A channel, is make sure you have a good belt, have a good holster. We primarily run tier 1 concealed. Belt wise, we mostly run Next belts. They're very widely available. You can get them at most sporting goods stores. Make sure you get a good reliable light that has some good output. Any light's gonna be better than no light. So of course I can recommend Surefire. I can recommend Streamlight. The TLR 7s are really good for like a slimline compact like this X365 macro. The TLR 1s are great for a full size, more duty light if you're a little bit more budget friendly. And then if you really want to try to impress people at the range, you can go with the Surefire X300 Turbo, X300 Ultra, whatever it may be. But just know that whatever light you go with, it's going to be a very important decision because that's what your whole system is going to be based around.
Yes.
Whether you're getting outside the waistband holster, inside the waistband holsters, you've got to, because like this right here, this holster's set up for a TLR 1. I can't take a firearm with a X300 Ultra and make it fit in there. But in saying that, this Safari Land holster, I can run my Roland Special, my Shadow Systems, the Dagger, a regular Glock 19. I can run any of them in this Safari Land, as well as with this Tier 1 concealed. These all are going to fit in there pretty well. So just when you make that light decision, just know that that's going to be what you're kind of stuck with. And all the major manufacturers, for the most part, do a pretty good job of keeping the lights the overall same size throughout the generation, so they work, so they continue to have that holster compatibility.
Yeah, they're all universal.
Yeah, because like if you go with even the original X300, it's gonna have the same footprint as the new X300 Turbo, so you'll be able to still use the same holsters, have the same ecosystem, that sort of thing. But
all right, guys. But yeah, we hope you enjoyed the video. We hope you guys learned something. The likes, the comments, the shares, the subscriptions, they're all flowing in pretty good, honestly, and it's really
appreciate every one of them.
Yeah, it really has, you know, kind of not blown the channel up a little bit, but we've gotten quite a few subs in the last, you know, couple weeks or so. And once again, like we said last week, it could be hate comments, it could be, you know, positive, it could be whatever it is. We don't care. But like I said, as always, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe.
And we'll see you guys next time with your daily dose of R&R.
We'll see you guys.